the fuck's wrong with you? You were made for college life. You spent your entire life preparing to be the girl who's protesting very passionately about causes that you're not that informed about.
Exactly.
That's what college is about. You were made for this, so grab a fucking poster board, find something to get pissed off about, and get to the quad, damn it.
I don't understand how Emma hasn't joined all of the clubs and student organizations and and some
Super
kind of
Democratic
board.
society,
Yeah,
this.
Like any single environmental situation,
exactly.
like, she should be doing all of this instead of being like, why did they only know me as cute? I'm like, shut the fuck up, Emma. What has happened to you? This is Ellie all over again.
Like, how is she not protesting the student dining
That's
halls
easy.
of not having enough vegetarian options or something like that? Also, Emma totally would have probably gone and become a full-on vegan in college too, instead of just vegetarian. I don't know. She would have gone way deeper into this cause girl identity.
She would have been a vegan and a socialist by the time her first fucking poli-sci class was over, I guarantee it.
Yeah, so I don't know.
But they are already saying I love you, because she's walking with Kelly, and she's like, well, it's easy for you. Everybody loves you. And he's like, yeah, but I love you. I'm like, you guys have been dating for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't.
What is happening?
I don't. I was like, that was too much for me. I guess so. And then, and so earlier, Frisbee guy had he gave Kelly what he thought was a thank you note in an envelope because he helped him get a C on his test. And then back in their room, Kelly opens the envelope and it's a joint. And he's like, oh, cool. Frisbee guy gave me this. And Emma's like, you don't smoke, do you? And
Emma's so judgy.
Tinged with so much judgment.
Also, I'm confused as to why he went through the effort of rolling Kelly a joint when he could have just given him a dime bag. Just give him a little bit of weed.
I don't know.
Why are
It
you
was a
doing
nice sentiment, though.
Maybe
appreciate that.
he wanted to be that. He helped him out, so he helped Kelly out by rolling him a joint.
I guess.
Yeah, maybe Kelly can't fucking roll the doob. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like Kelly owns a bowl, or minimum a one-hitter.
Probably.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, he's a Chillum guy for fucking sure. He plays his goddamn Frisbee with his stupid hat and smokes his Chillum. I know it. Or those dugouts, the cigarette bats that are in the little wood things.
Yeah,
that's what he has.
At the very least, what is it called where you have the toilet paper roll with the dryer sheet so they don't smell the... What is that called? I should know what this is called. I just did a whole book about weed and 101 objects. I should know what it's called. But one of those
I forgot what it's called too. I use them all the time in my friend's basement.
A rubber band toilet paper roll or empty or used toilet paper roll with the dryer sheet
in it or something.
Anyway.
Panthers, let us know.
Yeah, tweet at us. What is that called? But then
I feel like we have the wrong audience for that question.
Probably. But I don't know. Maybe not. You never know. If we have people from California or Washington or Seattle or Colorado or whatever. Seattle's in Washington. I meant Oregon. Anyway. She's like, you don't smoke, do you? And he's like, oh yeah, sometimes. And she's like, oh, I don't like losing control like that. And it's
fucking
just
surprise.
Yeah, it's just super judgy.
But Emma drinks. So what is she talking about?
I don't know. But then we finally get to the B plot, and we're in gym class with Claire and Casey. And Casey's being Mr. YA, not real person in real life, and teaching her how to play basketball and shooting the ball, and it's very rom-com.
This is not a 14-year-old boy.
No.
Yeah.
And then...
Oh, he is just smooth.
I'm telling you, he's a serial killer. He's too
I agree.
Smooth.
He's got dead eyes, too. He looks like a fucking...
He's Ted Bundy. He's too fucking smooth for this shit.
I do not like him. Case in point, Connor not really paying attention to what's happening. Casey's like, Connor, catch! And wails a fucking basketball at him, and Connor doesn't catch it because he's Connor, and I did not care for that
and
as
Casey
well.
And Claire laugh. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Come on.
Because Connor is investigating, the stage that is also in the gym with that because he hears like popping noises from behind the stage, and he's like, Mr. Armstrong, something's happening behind here. And then we see like Goons 2.0 Reese and company throwing like those poppers that you throw at the ground that like make popping noises on the stage.
Why? First of all, fucking why? Second of all, who are these children? I don't know who they are.
Oh.
Well,
yeah,
Reese...
the one meme boy. There's like this one meme boy who looks like he listens to a real lot of early Arctic Monkeys, and they're all sitting there throwing these fucking poppers. And it's like very much a strange school of bad kid. Like, it's a weird type of bad kid to be.
Well, in the last episode, in Jane Says, which I know, Kelsey, you didn't watch because you weren't here, we meet Reese in the dot, and he sees Claire in her, like, newly made over state, and he's like, hey, cutie, what's your name? And she thinks he's talking to Allie, but he's talking to Claire. And it's like a weird, like, oh, a boy thinks I'm cute now that I have new clothes on.
Now I wear all this fucking Argyle.
Yeah, but now he's in this episode being a fucking nuisance. And I don't really know what to do with that.
No, I feel like perhaps they were popping the poppers on purpose to, like, bother Connor, because maybe, like, the noise bothered him. Like, maybe it was, like, really nefarious. Because I feel like you can't be that... Because I'm the kid popping poppers behind the curtain during basketball practice, but I'm not doing it in a way to, you know, upset somebody who's clearly on the autism spectrum.
Yeah.
Well, thank God for that.
I don't think
yeah.
it was specifically to bug Connor. I think they were just hiding behind a curtain. Like, how would they know that Connor was listening?
That's true. I guess that's true.
I think they were just, like, being obnoxious.
Yeah.
Because they're, like, the most boring, like, childish delinquents of all time.
I don't know. And then they, like, walk off the stage, and they're like, whatever. And then Mr. Armstrong is like, Casey, you're so good at basketball. You should try out for the team. And he's like, I have to check at home first. And I'm like, why does he have to check at home? That sounded sketchy.
So Casey, I'm just going to be confused about all these children until I figure out who they all are. So Casey is being all fucking, like, squirrely about his basketball past, which is weird. It's, like, basketball exclusive.
Yeah,
like, nothing else has made him uncomfortable, but he's like, I can't talk about basketball. And I'm like, what?
Why?
That's so specific. And why? Why? Who cares?
I don't know.
It's very strange.
But then we go back to college, and we're, like, with, like, the floor people, and this girl is, like, handing out duties for people to do for floor Olympics, and Emma, like, is the last one left, and she doesn't have any job to give her. And she's like, oh, all right, I guess I'll go find Kelly. And then Liberty's like, of course, or something.
Yeah, because, Emma, here's the thing. If you want to have your own identity in college, have your own identity. Like, people are calling you girlfriend of Kelly because you will not detach yourself from Kelly.
Yep.
I'm disappointed in Emma.
Take some initiative.
Seriously.
They're pulling an Ellie on Emma, and I'm very unhappy about it.
So then she goes to walk to her room, and she sees, I guess, Becca and Gwyneth standing outside the door looking for Kelly. They're like, oh, is Kelly here? And she's like, oh, no, he's not here. I guess not. And then they're like, wait, should we ask her? And they're like, do you have... And then they make, like, a joint motion that looked very unnatural.
It's real natural. All right.
Do you have... And it's, like, very obvious. Like, ooh, joint...
Yeah, it's like she's like, kazoo. What?
And I was like, oh, no, and, like, walks inside. But then she gets curious and finds, like, the envelope with the joint in it. And then she grabs it and walks outside.
Wait, can I say, because this is my favorite of all the things.
Yep.
And then Emma just comes popping out of the door, and she looks over to Becca and I guess Gwyneth. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Fucking Gwyneth. And she goes, so do you want to, like, blaze? And I was like, yes, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
420 blaze it.
If I had a Tinder, that would be my bio.
Do you want to like blaze?
Oh my!
It would really cast the right net for the kind of girls I was trying to find.
It's really good. It's just so good. I have a question about Gwyneth. Do they keep changing the actress, or is she just so forgettable that I keep forgetting what she actually looks like?
Have we met Gwyneth before?
We've met Gwyneth so many times. Mm-hmm. Gwyneth dated Kelly, was Manny's first roommate. We've met Gwyneth like 40 times, and I never know what she looks like. I could not pick that girl out of a lineup, and I feel like maybe they just keep changing the actress and confusing me.
Or maybe it's not Gwyneth then. I have no idea.
I don't know.
Maybe it's not Gwyneth after all, and we're just saying they're all
But if she
names.
dated Kelly, why would Emma hang out with her?
Because she dated Kelly for like 45 minutes.
I don't know, but Emma was super threatened by her when she was trying to date Kelly.
Emma's threatened by literally everything.
I don't know.
Good
I
point.
don't get it. But then we go to Casey at home, and I guess he lives in a group home, and we don't know why. And this guy comes in and is like, so, like, the basketball coach called me, and Casey's like, or someone from school called me, and Casey's like, I didn't do anything bad, I swear, I'm good, I promise, I didn't do anything bad. And we're like, what the fuck is happening with Casey? And he's like, no, it's about the basketball team. You can join. But if I hear that you've gone back to your old ways, like, you have to, like, you're going to be in trouble. And I'm like, what are the old ways?
This is what
like, what? Did he, like, travel too much? Like, did he, like, foul people?
So at this point, I also, when we were watching the episode, I turned to Holland and I go, where the fuck does Casey live? But I'm confused. So I understand that, like, they're, like, worried that maybe Casey is gonna, like, be a delinquent again, because apparently that's the issue. Why does this tie into basketball at all? Like, does basketball, like, trigger him and make him extra aggressive? I don't understand what this has to do with basketball.
Was his delinquent crew, like, the basketball team at his last school? I don't know.
I feel like delinquents don't generally get into, like, organized sports.
Unless they're, like, rich assholes who feel like they can get away with shit.
When you're a bad kid and say you have, like, a PO officer or anything like that, or you're in a group home, and you're a troubled kid and you say, hey, I'm getting really into this, like, fucking team sport at the school, they're going to be like, this is great. He needs structure. A coach is a good influence, and being part of a team, it'd be just a good thing. They'd be happy about it.
Exactly.
But what do I know?
I don't know.
It's very confusing. I don't understand. I don't understand.
I don't know. Maybe they just don't want him to be in any kind of, like, aggressive environment because he just generally has anger issues. So if he's in a competitive environment, maybe that'll trigger his, like, anger. I have no idea.
He plays, like, competitive robots or whatever, and he does fine. So
that's far more aggressive than basketball too. It's far more violent.
It's not a contact sport, though.
I mean, it's not a contact sport, but I mean, it's less, like, physical, but also, like, it brings him way closer to being a supervillain.
True.
I don't know. I just don't understand why basketball is relevant to his delinquent past.
Oh, this is a bad one. This is a long one.
I have no idea. But then we're back with Blaze and company. Oh, wait, we don't know her nickname yet. I'm sorry. Emma.
LOL.
And they're, like, in the stairwell, and Gwyneth is getting sick.
Which, like, that's not really what happens.
No.
That's, like, if you've been drinking too much. But I've definitely, like, smoked and, like, not been good. Like, I used to be fun, and now I have no chill. And most of the time, if I smoke now, I'm, like, paranoid and weird, and I'm like, I just need to be alone. But I've never, like,
scroll back on Kelsey's Instagram.
Oh my God,
for one of her TBTs.
There's a really good TBT of me with blonde hair way too high, and just, like, staring into the void. Like, I'm definitely, like, have been too high and just been, like, not good, dead to the world. But I have never once been like, I'm too high, I'm super nauseous. Like, it does the opposite of that. It doesn't matter how bad you are at being stoned. Like, you're not going to be like, I'm nauseous, like you're drunk.
I don't know. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
I can see that because if, like, you're not used to smoking, or if smoking, I can see, like, the act, not necessarily the weed part, but the act of, like, inhaling smoke could probably make somebody not feel great.
That's true.
Like, I know
edibles will make you feel nauseous, but that's about it.
That's a different deal. And then Emma is, like, getting kind of paranoid, and I don't know. I don't know. Gwyneth is, like, sitting down on the stairs sick. Emma and Becca are, like, bonding.
And Emma's like, I'm not high at all, but she's, like, very clearly high.
She's like, am I talking too loud? Am I loud? What's happening?
I'm echoing. And Becca's like, you're so funny, which reminded me that Stoners are not funny.
No.